Actors are a rare breed of animal. Most people hate to work and have too much of it. We love to work, but sometimes have a hard time finding it. If you're an actor based in the UK, you are most likely on Spotlight, the UK's principal and probably the world's oldest actors directory, which has been around since 1927, when it was just a printed pamphlet that made it easier for directors and casting directors to find actors. Today, it's a massive online portal that hosts, what I am told, some 90,000 acting profiles in the United Kingdom. If you're in the United States or elsewhere, then you are probably on casting networks, Actors Access, and/or Backstage. Globally, there are dozens of different platforms, portals, and online directories where you can pay, join, and upload your information in the hopes of getting seen for casting opportunities. Some are official, and others not so official. Essentially, quite a few are just a waste of time and money, and are just trying to pry the cash away out of your poor, tiny little hands. However, some are essential to getting seen and getting cast. And believe it or not, there is a bit of an art form to putting your profile online. The actor's online profile is their calling card, their storefront where they market and sell their only product. Today, Jay and I go over our own Spotlight profiles together. We talk about what to include, what to exclude, uploading video and audio clips and show reels, choosing the right photos, updating all your credits, and keeping your profile fresh all play a part in staying attractive, getting the attention of casting directors, and increasing the opportunities you need to ultimately get you paid acting jobs. So, if it's time to put your own profile online, or you're just looking to tune up your current profile, have a listen. We might actually know what we're talking about. So step into the spotlight with Offstage Acting.
Make sure I got everything. So Jay, we're just gonna run through your spotlight, right?
Love it. Well, and we're doing it because like I know the intention that I had asked you for is because like this is through the lens of looking for new agents and managers and representation.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Or casting,
Yeah.
I guess. But like that's the lens.
Yeah. Before you approach a new agent, let's see. Let's tune it up. Okay. Got it. All right. I'm recording. We're ready. Yeah. Good.
I'm good.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We're glad to be here with you on the Offstage Acting Podcast.
We sure are. We sure are.
It's always a pleasure to come together in this weather, be forever, and one of the things that rhyme with together.
Dressed in leather.
Wow. Yeah.
For some reason.
Not in this heat.
Not in this heat. That is exactly right.
We are well and truly in the heart and soul of an English summer, which will last for approximately 3 days, and then we go right back to winter.
Approximately 3 days. That is the scientifically accurate.
Enjoy it. I used to have a stand-up joke where I use sometimes, but the weather has to kind of cooperate. So I say, did everyone enjoy this? If it's summertime and it's really crappy weather, I say, is everybody enjoying this mild English winter that we're having in the middle of August, right? And then you get a little laugh, a little chuckle of that. And then I go, I guess I missed summer. I overslept that day. Yeah, and then I get another little chuckle like that, and yeah, and it's all worth it. That's my big closer. That's my closing joke.
That is your closer.
That's my closer. Now, but the weather has to cooperate.
I thought about stand up. I started writing the other day. I made an opener.
Okay.
Should I say it? Do you want me to do it?
Say it now. Nobody cares.
It might be terrible, but that's fine.
I'm sure it's got work. It's going to take.
I'm sure.
Go.
Okay.
What do you got? What's an opener for you?
I'll pretend. Here's my opener. Okay, I'm bringing the
He's
mic
got the
closer
microphone up
because
to his
I'm pretending I'm actually doing the mic. I'm like, so my friends consistently tell me that I'm neurodivergent, but the doctors don't. So
right.
Someone's gaslighting me. Yeah, that's the opener. I have to go from there. There's something.
What
I
does
have an idea of that
neurodivergent
opener.
have to do with gaslighting?
Well, no, because if my friends are telling me that I'm neurodivergent, but the doctors aren't, that means someone is gaslighting me. Someone is not. Someone is either telling me wrong information or withholding. Someone's gaslighting me.
Oh, I see.
Either the
Somebody's
doctors are gaslighting me into telling me I'm not
somebody's wrong.
neurodivergent, or my friends are.
Right. Okay. I would trust the doctors probably because they would have done the test, and friends just are making comments out of their rectum.
Out of their rectum.
It needs work. I'd say it needs a bit of work.
I need to go somewhere from you. Got it. There was a laugh. I needed to keep going. See, that's the thing about jokes. Sometimes, like, you have to, like, you plant the bomb and then you have to walk away from it.
Right.
Like,
Then you
like,
move,
you can laugh
punch
at
and
it,
move,
and then you
punch
move.
and move. Yeah.
You don't just like wait.
Yeah.
Unless that's your thing, I guess. But yeah.
Right. Which
my thing. Yeah. My thing is I say it and then I move on, and it's the fact that, like, he just said that and he's just talking about something else that's kind of funny. Anyway.
Okay. I see that there's potential in there.
Great. That's it. Thank you.
How's your health? I heard you. You just told me you are intermittent fasting.
That's right. And for anyone that doesn't know what that is, there's a few ways of doing it. The way that I am doing it is that I only eat for 8 hours in a day, right? So I go for 16 hours without eating and then 8 hours of eating.
Just straight eating, nonstop.
Yeah. I eat constantly for 8 hours.
Right.
I
As
spend
much
a
as
lot
you
of
can.
money on food.
I don't know if that's if you're doing it the right way.
I go to the bathroom constantly.
Oh, Jay.
God. Anyway, so today.
Is this your stand-up routine again?
It's not my stand-up routine. But at least I would have gotten a groan if it was.
Today you wanted to finish a little early because you wanted to eat before your little deadline.
Yes, because I have to eat or whatever. So
your personal cutoff time, your self-imposed eating cutoff where you just can't go. Now listen, I've practiced intermittent fasting before it was fashionable. Yeah. No, I've been doing it my whole life, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, before it was even kind of a known thing, just out of practice. Because, well, I had learned early days. Yeah, the stress on the body. Also, it's healthy to allow yourself to be hungry and feel hunger, which we don't, in this modern age, we don't do, right?
I'm snapping right now, by the way, listeners. I'm snapping.
Right, good. I don't know why or what that means, but is that a way of agreement? Like a beatnik thing?
Back in the European grunge jazz clubs where I'm in a beret
beatnik.
and a striped shirt and smoking,
beatnik.
And someone's doing stand-up poetry, you snap.
Beatnik.
That's what a beatnik is?
Beatnik, yeah.
So you snap.
Snapping,
don't clap.
yeah.
You're snapping to show approval.
Beatnik, okay.
Beatnik.
So you're doing the beatnik thing, right?
Beatnik.
Whew, I think we've gone out to the outer edges.
So
anyway,
you have done it a while.
30 years, easily. I mean, since I was a teenager. Yeah. Just allow yourself to be hungry. I mean, I've kept myself. I'm pretty skinny, except for I went through a period where I was kind of skinny fat. It was terrible, unhealthy as hell. But I'm back, and it's about embracing that hunger sensation, because ultimately in this modern day we don't ever have to go without food. I mean, there's food everywhere, it's all available, and you never
and we eat more than we need.
Absolutely, yeah. But it's also the part of it is not ever allowing yourself to feel hungry. Like I'm a little bit hungry and just immediately like a full meal, right? As opposed to going, there's hunger is a thing. I'll put it to you this way: the healthiest thing, and then we'll move on for the bored audience members. But the healthiest things for the body are the things that stress the body, because the body was built to be stressed, right? So endurance, meaning like take the human form from, 6,000 years ago, where essentially you're kind of always moving, you're always looking for dangers and looking for food, and you're stressed and you're never comfortable. So you're never really well rested. You're never really warm enough. You're never really fed enough. You're never in a position where you are just like we are today in modern times, just on the couch, beer, chips, right?
Yeah. I
And
know exactly what I'm
and
with
no
you.
stress. That's why the cold plunge stuff is popular, because bringing your core body temperature down and keeping it down and just putting stresses in your body, being hungry, allowing yourself to be hungry for extended periods of times. This is what the body was built for, because it's meant to be a physical vessel which is always in motion and always looking out for dangers or looking for food.
Well, maybe that's my next thing. Then I
Or
have to do cold plunges and
partners.
learn to be cold. I hate being cold.
I do cold plunges now, and actually the reverse happens. I hate being cold as well, but ultimately the reverse kind of happens. You stop being cold because your body is now used to it. Yeah. So on cold days, you can go out in your flip-flops in the middle of winter here and be like, I don't feel it. It's fine.
Oh God!
There's
I'm
a
gonna
whole
put
thing.
on a jumper just hearing that.
Yeah, it's freezing. Makes me chilly just thinking of it. Anyway, so what are we doing today, Jay?
Okay, everyone. I asked Hot Toddy to take a look at my Spotlight profile, and I would love to hear his thoughts, especially in regards to like seeking new representation and, I mean, an overall look of my Spotlight profile with my pictures, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked Todd for his help, and he was like, "Why don't we make this into an episode?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "That's a great idea."
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, in the UK, we have a online platform for actors and agents where our castings and breakdowns come through, and also then casting directors and things can see your profile, and that's called Spotlight, spotlight.com. I guess they got very lucky with that, but it's been around forever. It used to
A
be,
long time.
yeah, a long time. Spotlight used to just be almost like the Yellow Pages, a series of
Yeah, like a
books.
directory. Yeah.
Yeah, A to Z, and it was across the board. And if you needed an actor, you would just start thumbing through these things, and you would pay a little bit of money to have your picture in there and a little bio and a couple of your credits and your age, and every year you could upgrade it. And every casting director and producer and stuff in town would have this kind of library, and that's how they made their money. And then it went to online, obviously, with a little thing called the internet.
Internet. Yeah. You brought it up a few times now.
You've heard of the internet.
Vaguely.
For audiences that don't know what the internet is, in the early 60s, no, okay.
Al Gore invented it, right?
That was, an Al Gore invention. Actually, it was the military that started and then the universities. Anyway, without going into all that. Now, in America, it's called Casting Networks is their platform. So if you're an American and you're listening to this, that's the same kind of idea. The Backstage, I'm sure Australia, Canada, other markets, India, wherever in the world you are based, you probably have your own sort of online database where you go to. Yeah. And it's a substitute really for like a website, like your own personal website.
Totally. It's a profile.
It's a profile, and we're going to look at yours. And it's also something that your agent can use. And specifically, agents in this country generally won't even look at you if you don't have Spotlight. And to get on Spotlight, what do you need to get on Spotlight?
An agent. No, or like you need to have
credit.
graduated from an accredited school or have like credits.
Some credits and things, yeah. So a bit of the old typical acting catch-22 where you can't get it unless you already have it, but you can't have it until you get it, right? So, but Jay's got it. Let's look at it. Here we go. We're moving over to Spotlight.
Oh, this is exciting.
Jay's profile. For the listeners, we'll try to describe the action. Otherwise, you'll have to go to YouTube to see what's going on. And hopefully it'll help others who are looking at it. Now, first thing, boom, Jay's photo. Now, I see you went with Yellow Belly.
I did.
That's a newish outfit. I've been kind of keeping track of Yellow Belly photo.
Well, and the photographer, great, and I can shout her out. Her name is Zoe Birkbeck. I actually knew her before knowing that she was in Yellow Belly. So I did this with her, which was really cool.
Okay.
So it was
like
like
a
I
friend.
did it with a friend.
Yeah, cool.
And it's not like I got this some discount, but it was really
Right.
nice to do this with a friend.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows you,
She's
especially.
awesome,
That's great.
and she's awesome.
Did you work with her before or something?
No, I met her in Venice. I took a trip to Venice with actors and photographer friends, and then
Oh.
she was just a part of it, and I met her, and
Ah.
she also went to Lambda,
Right.
where I went to school. So it was like with that kind of group of people.
Right.
So then we hit it off and are good friends.
That's cool. That's great.
That photo was done by someone else, though.
Andrew James. Yeah.
Yes.
So can I ask how old are these photos?
I took these photos in October of last year. So the majority of these photos are less than a year old.
Okay. The yellow belly stuff is less
The
than a
yellow
year.
belly yes. The other guy would have been from a year and a half before. So those are likely that is probably from 2 years ago.
So to explain to audiences what we're looking at now, the yellow belly stuff is this is the newest style that's emerged in the headshot game. So traditionally a headshot would just be literally head and shoulders and
Yep.
straight on into camera, a dead-eyed look, maybe, a little bit of a smile on one, a little bit of a rugged on the other, tough guy, happy guy, or gal.
And they did give me a just headshot version, so
you can
like
crop it.
one.
You can crop, yeah. And
They did give me a crop.
Nowadays, the quality, so that they'll do a full or 3/4 body like this one, where you're sitting in a nice suit, but you can always crop that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do this for audiences at the same time as I do it for you while we look at your stuff. So you have some nice looks here. The background is great. Yellow belly is doing a great job. That I think really captures this one here. You got a bit of a crazy shirt, probably one of your favorite shirts, I guess, right?
It's so funny. Everyone comments on this one that it's everyone's favorite.
Well, no, I don't know if it's my favorite, but I can tell you why. Is it your favorite shirt though? It's a bit of a crazy shirt with.
It
patterns.
is a weird, but I do really like that shirt.
Yeah, you have some crazy shirts. I've noticed. I say crazy, but flamboyant and stuff I would never wear. Couldn't get away with. Yeah, not for me. I'm a plain Jane boring. Although I'm trying to branch out. Do you know why people are saying they like this one the best?
Why? I'm assuming it's because it's like the laugh. I'm assuming it's good vibes. It's just like, and it's probably my personality and what people know of me.
There you go.
Because I tend to be,
I
tend to be pretty smiley and I like to laugh.
So you nailed that. Finally, we got there, Jay. So if you're looking at Jay, this is like a natural look. He's seated, his legs are crossed, arms are folded, big smile as if it was like a candid thing. She made you laugh somehow. You made yourself laugh, probably more likely. That was a funny thing I said.
No, I just thought of something Todd you said, and then it just made me laugh.
You thought of like a moment from one of our podcasts that we hadn't even done yet. So this is why people like it, people that know you particularly, and it's going to work for you, I think, in general. The colors are good. Your skin tone is good. It is Jay. Like what you see is what you get. However... And I think that's good to a degree because you can, if I'm a casting agent or a director or something, I'm going to want to see who is this guy, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas this one with you kind of in the suit, this is more like, oh, I can see him playing a character that looks like this to some degree, right?
Yeah.
So what were you going for here? What was the conversation you had? This is Jay in a leather chair with a blue... was that linen? No, what kind of? It's a suit.
It is.
No tie.
I think it is. I think it's a linen.
It's a linen. Linen, yeah.
It's a linen with a polyester blend.
Yeah, okay. It's a little thick, but not too thick. Yeah.
Exactly.
Your hair is kind of gelled back a bit. You've got a nice soft face. No smile, but your mouth is pursed open slightly. The eyes are good, but they're not really popping blue. There's not a lot of light in the eyes, but that's all right. Hands kind of, let's say, folded in front of you or held together in front of you. Very casual, very relaxed, yes?
Yeah.
Did I describe it accurately?
I think that's perfect. Wow.
Yeah. Um, was there a conversation that went along with that photo?
Uh, yes.
What was the
You want to
conversation?
know?
Yes, I would like
The
to.
conversation was, I just bought this suit,
Right. And I want to use it in a photo.
and if I paid all this money for a suit, I'm using it in a photo.
Uh-huh. And what did she say as a photographer?
She was like, right?
Okay, fine. Okay. Was there a conversation around this is a look I'm going for?
No, I was actually sick. So during this sesh, I tried to cancel, but Yellow Belly wouldn't.
They
They
wouldn't
were like,
cancel?
sorry.
Really?
So
Yeah.
I went. Yeah, I was sick, but it made it so me and Zoe, we really like. I just told her my outfits and looks, and then we honestly just like put on music and vibed for an hour and a
Mm-hmm.
half. You know, there's a lot of looks, and I just thought this one out of this was one I ended up choosing. Maybe that's more what you mean. Like, why did I choose this one as opposed to other looks? Um,
I'm just wondering if there's
because
a because here's the thing, and I think it still applies to this day. It's always sort of
it
applied.
felt more commercial and like businessy, and I thought that was a good, different thing.
I think there's some value to it where you can say, yeah, this is like I can see him playing, I, you know, a little bit more maybe upper crust or something like that. Someone that living the life of leisure.
Wasp,
Well, for sure that goes
yeah,
without saying. You're never gonna get
for
away
sure,
from that. Like,
100%.
there's nobody going, hey, he could play an Italian.
He could.
Um, no. Um, but what's missing about it is like apart from the fact that it's a nice picture, I feel like this is maybe a tertiary sort of shot that
Yeah,
it would be in so you can stick it in there and it's not bad. It doesn't detract too much. But there's something so when we're looking at this for the audience, you
hmm
have basically what amounts to a carousel of photos, right?
hmm
Um, and I can even maybe go to mine. Should I go to mine
sure.
for
Whatever you think will be
context?
helpful. I think that could be
Just
very helpful
to go.
for sure.
Um,
It's a great idea.
yeah. So you've got 4 in the carousel and 1 as the primary
As the
photo.
main,
Yeah.
yeah,
And the main is pretty good. Um, again, though, and this is a new trend, I think what you're missing, you've got some nice photos here that show some different qualities of you and things. And what I get, let's say I don't know you and I'm just going off the photos. I'm getting a soft, gentle, but yet happy sort of vibe. Also very youthful, clean cut, right? This is all that's in here. And the youth stuff works for you. This shot right here with you with the glasses, the older one, it's clearly an older shot.
yeah. It's mostly just because it has glasses. You know, like
Yeah.
people know I wear
Yeah,
glasses,
no,
but
it's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
good to have I think it's good to have a glasses one. You need an upgrade of that one.
I do.
Um, because that to me is the most headshot that you have out of all of them, to be fair. Right? So what it'd be ideal is if you had an upgrade of that with glasses and an identical one without glasses. And that's
Okay.
just purely from a perspective of like what the casting director is going to want to see.
Yeah. Yep.
Because you got to,
I'll make sure
and
that
the
in my
agent.
next headshots, yeah, I need a upgraded glasses shot. Yeah.
Yeah, and we can talk more about Zoom, going back to Guy and stuff and getting you hooked up there. Um, for example, we can
Are you
help.
going to show us your spotlight?
Yeah, I got to find my link though, which means I got to load the whole. It's on my web page. Um,
Oh, I gotcha.
what I mean? I don't know my own
Yeah.
spotlight.
So now, all right. I think that's a really good point of like a new glasses shot. Okay. I actually think I had glasses shots in my yellow belly sesh, but they just weren't doing it, you know? So I think I need to in my
Mm,
next one, as you say, like kind of spend more attention and focus on it, being like, no, we need to have this. So I think that's a good point?
So a good agent in general will go through all this and change it probably anyway, but often they don't. In my experience, I think a really good one will work very hard with you and say, we need this, we need that, but they will base that off the kind of castings they're getting. So they'll start to see, oh, you're being called in for this, or these kind of castings are coming through, but they're looking for a youthful kid with a little bit more grunge to him, right? So now all you've got here is youthful, like serious boyish. So of course the recommendation is go in with, I don't know how long it takes you to grow that beard, but 5 days, 10 days worth of stubble, and shoot a bunch with just a scraggly. Then you shave in the studio.
I don't think I've hit my second, third puberty yet where I get that much facial hair, but I could, I'll test it out at some point.
To see, maybe grow it at some point. Let me see what you look like. But I think you've got some there, a little bit to age it up a little bit, scruff it up. There's got to be some. I don't grow that much either still, but I do grow.
Right.
I grow enough that you can see it now, and I keep it Don Johnson, Miami Vice.
When I do my big retreat, I'll not shave, and we'll see what happens.
Let's see how it looks. Yeah. Also, in terms of the hair, you've got gel in every hair, except for that one, which is soft, the older one, and that one looks a little better. I know you want to do the hair and make it look nice, but there might be. Here's the deal. I had a stepbrother growing up who has passed away. And he was an actor. Well, he was many things, including a bit of he was many things.
Okay.
He was a character. His name was Tevis.
All right.
And I remember I was acting in uni. I was going to uni for acting. I was doing stuff. in high school. And he knew I was living up in LA and I was getting an agent and stuff like that. And he was like, he was also kind of occasionally going up to LA himself and trying to get acting work. And he shows up with his new headshots and he's like, check it out. And the headshots are like, and he was kind of a big fat guy with a handlebar mustache and, just and a mullet cut. I mean, this is the character we're talking about.
And his headshots didn't look like him? Is that what you're
No, his headshots were now this is the era. I just want to paint the picture for people. I wish I still had them. I had them at some point. My mother had them, but I would love to still have them. There was one of him with like I said, a Don Johnson blazer with a t-shirt, scruff, flopping out of his hand a detective's badge.
Okay.
Right. And you got a picture black and white with like
I'm there.
Stars and stuff. Then the next one was him kind of fat and hairy, not like a good build, with a tank top, tufts of hair sticking all out, a Rambo headband around, I think a few like grease marks on his face, like or like the camouflage a bit on his face, and holding an M16.
All right.
Then the next one was him, sprawled out on like a sexy shot. It was.
Okay, so
the idea was I can play a detective, I can play the businessman, I can play the attorney, I can play the cop. Oh, that was the other one. He had one that was like well, he had the detective, but then he had another one that was like a cop. Then he had another one. Then he had the soldier. So it was literally every headshot was showing off like in costume.
All right.
The roles that he would be good for. And he had clearly gone up to some really shady sort of head shop factory up in LA and paid somebody to style him like that. And the headshots had these kind of starry, sparkly things around them and all really cheesy, like really bad. Black and white, produced on like photo paper. And the reason I'm telling you this is because that used to sort of be some kind of a trend where you would go, okay, let's do the job of the casting director for them, where you go, look at me. Oh, that was the other one. It was like an Indiana Jones type. adventurer guy with the safari hat, but like the really bad one with the leopard, like the leopard print bandana around it.
I'm
You
there.
picturing it, right? Handlebar
Yeah.
mustache, mullet cut, and then
So
like
that was like a trend at the time to do those
to
photos.
do and then do the job of the director. So the director go, I need a guy who can play a soldier, and then they go, boom, here's the headshot. And you go, oh, he looks just
Ooh.
like a soldier. Oh, he could play a detective. He could play. These are all the kind of parts I can play. Meanwhile, you're doing. It's like the cardinal sin.
So do you think I'm doing that in
No,
these?
no, no, no. So then, in those days, the trend would have been more or less to kind of uh, capture that, like to do it properly, to sort of capture that. So I would go in and I would do my headshots. I would wear a blazer in one, right? Another one tie and blazer. Another one loosely knotted tie, no blazer. Another one jumper or sweater, like a cardigan. Another one,
Okay.
so it was really just the top, and then the hair softer a little bit maybe. With the one with a beard and a flannel, if you
Yeah,
feel,
yeah, yeah.
but not going overboard like, oh, I could play a lumberjack and then have an axe in your
Just the
hand
hinge,
in a
just yeah, the
like you don't go full costume. Like here I am as a nurse, in a nurse's uniform. Like,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
just and for women it's similar. Hair up, hair back, hair down, low cut, with a little cleavage. So the kind of sexy part, or more like a mom, more like, and then just give them a taste so they can go, oh, I could see them playing the mom, the school teacher,
Yeah.
the secretary, the nurse, the wife, the sexy one, the plain one, the stern, the funny, the smiley, sensitive. So you want to kind of have a bit of a range and have that mindset, but not to go full
Yeah, yeah.
commando.
Got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
I totally
you're
get
not
you.
going to put a safari hat on and go, look at me. I could do that. I could play like a Indiana Jones. So what I'm saying right now is what I'm seeing in Jay is nice pictures of Jay, but I'm not, if I was a casting director, right? I'm not going, or an agent, I'm not going, oh, I can picture this one, maybe this one, the one that you do have as your lead shot. I can see you playing something. You've got the little earring, a little bit of a gold on your, and it's like a general. So I could go, well, we're casting a thing that's a bunch of young 30-something friends who, take a trip to Venice in a movie, and we need a kid like that. Look, and I can see that there, right? Otherwise, what I'm kind of looking at is just,
Yeah, that one is super. I kind of add that. That one is just super neutral. That is almost more of a
and that's
traditional
kind of traditional and
shot.
good. I think it's a little tiny close and not quite, like your head is a little high up. You want to be even more neutral. But the idea, I think your impulse was right. This is just a standard headshot, but your chin is a little high and your hair is a little, and you're always kind of looking, they always look in the eyes. I remember going to my agents and having these prints, which I've got a bunch of. And at some point, maybe I'll even post them. And we would go through, they would take 300 shots on a headshot. And my agent, when I was doing modeling, is the same, but they would take the loop. You remember the old loops? Because the prints would come
Mhm.
out like transparency's not blown up yet. So one page would have 30 pictures on it. And they would
Yeah. Okay.
literally, they'd go through, if you can see me, if you're watching, go through with the loop, and they'd go each picture, boom, 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 and we'd pick up a picture like that, and they'd have a grease pencil, and they would circle
Mhm.
it, and they'd go, yeah, and they're looking really for the eyes. But I think that still applies to this day. What's going on in the eyes? And that's why I say the dead-eyed thing, and when I still to this day try to take a photo, I kind of try to throw something in my mind, in my head, that's going on with my eyes. Like, what's my thought? Here it's obvious, and that's great with you laughing because it's just all sparkle. And here there's something in there, I'm looking at that and I go, there's something in the eyes there. There's a sort of sensitivity. And that's what they're looking for. This, not so much, right? Just kind of dead.
Okay.
And this one is old and just standard, I would like literally I would shelve that thing. That would have looked good 10 years ago, maybe more. And that would have been what I would have expected to see as a headshot coming through. Probably this guy who shot it is old school, I'm guessing. Okay.
Cool. This is thank you for the headshot.
Good stuff.
feedback.
Yeah. So these are my headshots. I don't know if I want to go through, but I need an upgrade as well, to be fair. But boy, the internet's slow. You can see it here anyway.
I can.
A bit the quirky, like, and it's about the kind of face I'm pulling. Oh well, these aren't going to load fast. Okay. You see the eyes? Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
Boom. And that's, okay, it's just me in a suit. But you go, what do you see there, Jay? I'll ask you. What do you see?
Oh gosh. I'm not going to tell you my thoughts.
Tell me your thoughts. Maybe, we can exchange.
Well, it's comedic. You look kind of like a. Oh God. I'm okay. I'm gonna say sorry for my thoughts.
In terms
now.
of what
you look kind of like a chipmunk. Your big cheeks. You're like bushy. You're like it's like a fun suit photo. It's like a quirky businessman.
Okay, let's. Yeah, good. Quirky businessmen. Let's stick to that. And audiences are being asked to disregard the chipmunk part.
But the cheeks, you have like such.
Well,
such,
I'm getting old, and the cheeks are sagging a bit. And anyway, the point was, what do you see when you see the look? What is the look telling you?
Yeah, that one's intense. You can go to the next one. That one's angry. So the last.
Yes.
Oh, that's a really good one. The one that you. I love that one a lot.
Yeah, that was more for the stand-up comedy, but it gives you some. I mean, my agent really liked it as well. But again, it's kind of in the eyes. Even my agent recently said, I need I need to do a new set where the eyes pop. But here the eyes pop nicely. This is just me saying, look, you need a business. Like I'm graying, I'm older. You need a businessman. Do you need him to be a little friendly, a CEO type? Do you need him to be a little more stern, boss? Professional. Can he, right?
I've seen your main photos are they're very striking.
Yeah, I
Basically
mean,
what you mean about the eyes.
The eyes, yeah, it's all in the eyes. So okay, back to Jay. Cool. Show reels. What are we gonna do? Show reels, or you want to look at your credits?
If we do show reels, maybe we only do one of them. Maybe you can look at do maybe the newer one, because I think that this one, which is the comedy drama clip, I've recently added this because I think I need to redo my show reel, and I think it's not selling me great. And I think the comedy drama clip is more where I want to be sold.
Mm-hmm.
That is my current thought. But I don't want us to drag. We don't need to drag too long. I feel bad.
I think audiences are interested. Well, I won't speak for audiences, but what else are we going to do here? Let's do it. Right. I hope it loads. It's only 2 minutes and 33 seconds. Let's see. Didn't we watch this already at some point? At one of our. Let's watch it again. See what we can.
If we did, you just cut it.
Yeah. I don't know if we watched it, and it's not going to play. I'm having internet troubles.
All right.
Here's what I can say straight away. I've seen the show reel before.
Okay, great.
I think it's good. It can be even shorter. Now, I rarely say this to the guests. In fact, I never say it to them. But we watch a lot of show reels right before the guest comes on.
They're like, yeah,
right. Yeah, you notice it. Even the most pro, and I don't get it. They missed the memo on that, where they have 4 or 5 minute show reels with all their stuff in it, and the whole scene, and the other person speaking, and nobody wants that. Again, it kind of goes back to that thing I was saying before. I need a taste very quickly of what Jay can do. Once I get that taste and I get it, move on. So if Jay is doing, maybe let's see if it'll load up at some point. But if Jay is doing Alien in the Attic, right, and he's playing that role, what's the maximum amount of time I need before I get that, okay,
Yeah.
that's what he's doing? Now, what would you call that character? That's the one where you're like the alien who lives.
Yeah, that's the difference, because this is more.
Sorry. No, I forgot to
Um,
load. Yeah, turn off the desktop.
it's more of like it's more of a charactery thing. It's not as naturalistic, right? The character is like the way out there weird goofball,
Right.
right? I would call it like slapstick as opposed to naturalistic.
Right. And you've kind of
Yeah.
got here as I'm scrolling through, like that's like almost.
There's 3 different clips. The first one is slapsticky. The second one is a very is a walk and talk of me being a stuck-up wasp, and the third one
Yeah.
is the third one I think is actually maybe the best one. This is all to say I think I want to revamp the show reel, but when we get off, I'm going to ask you to watch the comedy drama one, and I would love your thoughts, because I think it's time for a rebranding, and I don't want the first 30 seconds that I show to someone be like this slapsticky thing that I don't think is really like
I'm
my
an
bread and butter.
agent, right? And I need a clip of you. I don't care if it's 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds, right? That just I can throw out
Send to people.
and say, yeah, boom. And
Curious.
and now with Spotlight, of course, what we haven't said is like with the show reels, my Spotlight, I have 11.
Oh my God, you have 11.
Yeah. Now, what I've done is I've got my show reel, my video game reel. I've got a stand-up, and the stand-up reel is brief. I've got a stunt reel, which is me sort of joking. I've done stunts, although I'm not a stunt man. And then I've got 2 commercials, 3 commercials, a clip from a TV show, a scene from where I played a cowboy, a scene where I played a soldier, and another scene where I'm playing a Nazi speaking German, just for fun almost, in the sense of like, if you wanted to see more and get the feeling. So if my agent sees something where they go, oh, we need somebody who can speak some German. Oh, do you have a clip? Yes. They can throw that out there and get me the casting. Cowboy, soldier, right? They can use those clips. But generally speaking, they're just going to look at the show reel first. And my show reel is 3 minutes and 36 seconds, and it's quite almost a little long. But it's very comprehensive. And I would never go, like, I say almost long, like 3:30 is my cutoff.
Yeah.
And I work very hard. Now, I can edit my own reels, which I know not everybody can do, and so they have to hire people. But when they hire people, those editors don't understand acting, and they don't understand what's necessary for actors. So they tend to give an actor what they want, which is my whole scene. Oh, and put the other person in the scene too, because they're kind of famous, right? And I want people to see that I worked with a famous person, and nobody cares. You're just wasting people's time, and nobody's going to watch 3 minutes and 30 seconds, right? So even my agent will go, can you just something shorter? So here's a 10-second clip of me doing, and I've even labeled it like comedic, stunt, stand-up, sympathetic, walk and talk, gritty cowboy, American officer. Yeah, because I'm thinking in terms of Nazi officer
Types. Yeah, and you can, yeah.
And here's proof and evidence that I've played the types that I've played. Stunts. So if you need a guy who can do a bit of action, here I've done it, right? And then when it comes to my audio clips, I've got 15 audio clips. So
it looks like a lot of them are also like accents,
which also is great for just even visual work. So they go, we're looking to we want an actor that can do an Irish accent, New York accent.
Yeah, totally.
And you go, yeah, he can do it. Well, can he? Because we don't want him getting on the set and he blows it. No, here's a clip of him doing it, right? So I won't play any of this stuff right now, but that's the idea. So take advantage of you only have 3 audio clips and 3 show reels. It's not enough. It doesn't look beefy enough.
Okay.
And some of it looks quite old and stuff. You need to get on that, I would say. You need more clips, multiple variations of clips. You can do the show reel, and then you can do an extended scene from some of the things you did. And like we said before recently in another podcast with Anna Brindle, get hold of all your material as quickly as you can. Right?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I had always thought that it was good to have like smaller and more contained amounts, but I'll have a think on how I can like not label myself, but yeah, like how to specifically make different videos with specific brands so that people that are looking for me for something can watch the thing that they need to watch.
Yeah. Yep.
So I could make I won't call it this, but there could be like a slapstick comedy versus a naturalistic comedy.
Yeah.
Again, that it isn't necessarily what I'm going to do, but
you want to, I think,
that kind of thing.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you want to make the job easier for your agent and for the casting director. Now, what's that?
Also, because they're only going to watch like the first 30 seconds, right? So that's kind of the purpose for like making all these videos, is that like if you know the person is only going to watch like 30 seconds, right? Like you might as well make different videos so that they can find the thing.
And your agent through this portal, your agent can send that clip specifically to the casting director and say, "Oh, you're looking for somebody that can do a Texas accent."
Oh, they can choose what they're sending.
Yeah, they're sent to tell them, here's the clip and the photo. This photo and this clip is what they want to use. So
okay, I see. I see.
Because it's not that the casting director is going, I'm looking for a talent, right? I want to see someone with real talent. Now, maybe down the line, when it's a bigger project or something, the director will come in and go, well, who's this guy? We liked his audition, and we saw the one clip. Let me get
so they'll look through the whole profile.
Yeah,
get but they don't usually. You're saying they usually just get the message from your agent that has the preferred headshot, the preferred show reel attached. Right. Okay.
And even to the point, like if I rode horseback really well, right, I would film myself jumping over a fence or whatever it is on horseback, and make a little 30-second clip, and just pop that up there as proof that I do some martial arts thing.
You know what? Tennis, that comes up.
Tennis,
honestly.
There, and that's perfect for you. Yeah.
And I play tennis. That's really good. And so I might actually,
in fact,
I can do that with my flatmate.
Go out and play tennis and just get a nice and then learn a little bit of editing. The tools are there now, AI and everything. Use a good quality phone. It's all there. And shoot a little clip of you, 30 seconds.
I think that actually would be really smart. Okay, great.
Knocking a few balls around.
Useful.
Right. Put some music behind it if you want, whatever. But don't overdo it. Make it really just quick.
It's just 30 seconds of Jay playing tennis, and they watch it. They're like, oh, he
smashed.
Plays tennis to a decent level.
Right.
Great.
Will he look good on a tennis court smashing some balls around? Yes. Great. We are casting for a tennis player. Then once they go, okay, we saw his casting, we saw his self-tape. We brought him back in, maybe even. We saw him do tennis, and we know he can play tennis, and we know he's good at the part. Let me just scroll around a little bit and see some more about Jay. What else can he do? What has he got? And they go, okay, yeah, cool. He's got some stage on there. Nice. Oh, he went to Lambda. Oh, good. Okay. And that just sort of helps solidify. He's got an MA classical acting. Boom. Okay. Yeah, Jay. Boom. And it just helps him solidify.
Feel comfy, being like, okay, yeah, he's legit. He's a real.
Yeah.
He's an actor. He's not some Joe Blow we found on the street.
Right. He's not just a guy that can knock a tennis ball around. He's also an actor. Perfect. Rollerblading you've got down here. So, it might come up. Do a little bit of that. In fact, as I'm saying it, I'm thinking, geez, I need to maybe have a couple more clips like this, being a little bit more athletic,
I think that's actually a really good idea, because I've seen specifically tennis has come up a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got stuff on mine. What do? I don't even remember. Basketball, rollerblading, I've got shooting, yoga, so maybe I should do a couple yoga poses and stuff.
Another great idea.
Me on a motorcycle, just stuff, because if it comes up, it helps the agent say, oh, there's a guy that can do it. And it specifically, this is a note for anybody, basketball I do. If you do something very unique, I don't know, you can tango, you can do, you can juggle, you breathe fire, I don't know, whatever. You've got some really unique kind of skill that needs to
aerialist. I don't know.
Yeah, something like this, pogo stick. I don't know. It needs to be
getting footage of that. Yeah,
and you can do footage now. It used to be there was a time where it was like, oh man, how am I going to get somebody to film this? But no, you can make a little clip, and there's room. I think with the spotlight, you get
I think you get 10 minutes.
10 or 12 minutes, and you can load it up with as many. So that's why I went ahead and just made these little clips of myself. My stunt reel, it's a minute of me just having a good time, doing my stunts. Wonder if it'll play. Let's see. I'm proud of my stunt reel. Shall we see if it'll play?
Let's see.
Hold on. Nah, doesn't want to. Internet's bogged down today. Oh well.
All right. Well, you know what? We're going to get a stunt guy in, and then
right. Yeah, that's
you could
true.
show him your stuff too.
Yeah.
And then we can watch it.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. Any other
Thank
questions?
Honestly, no. I thought you did you gave me something really specific to think and look at.
Pretty thorough, yeah. Yeah. That's a good way to freshen up. So anyway, you have a list of things you can do with that now. So upgrade the clips. You upgrade the clips and
I am still going to ask you to watch. I'll be that guy to watch that video because I really do think. Anyway, we'll talk about it later. Can you tell I'm getting insecure and flustered?
No, I think you've got a lot here, and you've got the right idea to want to tune it up. I know you're going to be looking for agents at some point. Possibly nothing against your current agent here, but as you look to change and move, it happens.
I am, and I think that's okay to say. I need something new. I need.
Sometimes it's just a matter of just change your place, change your luck. So that's what an agent's going to be looking for. So if you know that in advance, I think you got one more round of headshots to do and a little bit of play with collecting and editing your clips.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry. I guess that there's going to be a lot of echo in this, folks. I'm sorry because I keep going back and forth with this desktop thing. But anyway, well, I hope you all learned something.
I did. I sure did.
Good. A little bit of rock solid advice for actors. If you want to know more, go to offstageacting.com and sign up. Find the courses that we're doing. We'll be having courses soon where we walk you through. The Offstage Acting Master Course is coming. And this is where we're going to walk actors through this process and more in an intense way, where we will take individual actors and we provide you with a whole set of modules that will get you basically on the path to success, where you will go from your passion for acting to becoming a professional acting, and you will know the trajectory with which you need to take in order to get there. And this is the kind of advice that we give to aspiring actors. So
here.
Check it out at offstageacting.com. Coming soon, the master course. Sounds exciting, doesn't it, Jay?
Very exciting.
Very exciting, yes.
Indeed. Well done.
Thank you. Master course in acting, the professional side of acting.
Y'all better get in.
Acting schools teach you how to act. Offstage acting teaches you everything else. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Jay, for being the guinea pig today.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Todd,
you.
for you.
Thank you. We'll see you next time on the Offstage Acting Podcast.